Just seen Eddie Griffin, hilarious. One of the GOATs, you ask me. Def Comedy Jam, Bad Boy Comedy Tour. He was in Double Take. He was in Jason Lyric. He was in what?
Rare Form.
Rare Form. He's always talking that rhetoric.
Of course.
You know, the early Chaos God is in the Flizzash. So he was talking stuff I like to hear. He was very hilarious.
Definitely urban chaotic.
We went to, what's that little comedy club?
Levity
Lounge.
It was the Blue House, cuz. It was the Blue House, cuz.
This nigga, young and back. Damn near got your... yeah.
Blue House, cuz. Blue House,
damn near got yourself indicted. Shout out to... Nah.
Who's your favorite comedian?
Shit. Of all time or modern age?
Both. They're one of the same.
Richard Pryor.
Okay. All right, give me your top three then. It's going to be very generic.
Shit. I would say Martin.
Yeah. You seen him on the Kev Hart podcast?
Nah,
When was that? Recent?
Yeah. He only got like 6-7 episodes, but he got his adult show. It's actually, he copied us. It's called, Google it. It's called something Minds. Great Minds. Swear to God, Google it. Right? Copy it, and it's only like a month old. The nigga stole our whole shit.
Yeah.
That's a fact. And he got a whole network.
That's crazy.
That's a fact. I can't think of it. Something clear. It's dope, though. It's an interview, though. It's not really a podcast. And you can't visually see it, so it's like a radio interview, more or less. But it's cool. I liked it. The Martin shit.
Yeah, I would say Martin,
flowers.
Richard Pryor, and Eddie Murphy.
Comedy gold mines.
Comedy gold mines. Yeah.
This nigga need his fucking...
Look,
kick.
Cav, I just need to check, bro. Speak. My fault.
Nah, I said Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, and
that's
Martin.
A mean one. That's a mean one.
I mean,
I want to switch my shit up.
That's like a triangle offense.
That's it.
I ain't gonna hold you though. I would.
It's like Kobe Jordan and
Eddie hilarious, but I didn't. Eddie's the GOAT, so I don't want to say that negative. But she's not in my top three. My joint is. Damn, you fucked me up with the Martin shit, because Martin really is
the guy.
Chef Comedy Jam, the host alone.
Martin.
I got one better for you though. After we get off.
Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle is up there too.
Yeah, he is.
And probably Bernie Mac. It's the Mac man, huh? But it's a legend. It's a bunch of legends.
I ain't scared of you, motherfuckers.
Bernie Mac. Paul Mooney.
I could say Dick Gregory, but I didn't say Richard Pryor.
No.
I said, no, scrap everything I said. Richard Pryor 1, 2, and 3. Then the rest of the niggas.
I got one for you. Who's your favorite entrepreneur?
Myself.
Sure. Very well.
That shit.
How many businesses you on right now, man? What you on, man? Talk about your businesses.
Shit.
People will get into a moment of that.
Shout out Rice Riches.
Okay.
Elite Visionary.
Yeah. 21st of September.
Yes, sir.
Vintage Aura.
Yes, sir.
That's my baby, but my real business I focus on is R&D security. So if you need any of your safety needs, get at me. We haven't started installing a security system yet, though, but that's going to be a leg of the business eventually.
But if you need a bodyguard,
if you need not even only a bodyguard, I could come and survey your property to see where your blind spots is and all that. We do a lot. Just holler at email me, RonnieB30@gmail.com.
Plug talk.
Shameless
plug. Is on the way.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, Leading Visionaries reopening 11/11.
Let's get it.
Shout out to my man. He just opened a store, brick and mortar. It's a cool. It's Shop My Business. It's in New Jersey. Can't remember the mall, but it's cool. You can put it's like a subscription service, so you can put your whatever you sell. So it's mostly people in there with clothes right now, but and like makeup and stuff. But it's whatever you sell. And it's a subscription based kind of thing. So you get on whatever level you want it. You send them the stuff, they sell it, and they get their subscription fee. So you get to pocket the rest. It's a cool joint.
That's fire.
Yeah,
that's a dope concept.
Word. And when these mans did it, it's real dope.
Now, like you were saying, that Ye interview.
How y'all feel about that Ye interview?
I love it.
What's the guy the most? What's the message you got from him?
First of all, let's talk about. It's the aura, man. You know the aura, God. Shameless plug.
I got on the shades because that interview, and I keep saying, fuck these
He
niggas.
comes in, right?
Hulu.
Nah, because I might sell the Hulu. We might sell the Hulu. We gotta chill. You gotta relax.
We gotta chill.
Disney.
Oh, Nick.
Bernard Arnault. Nah. So
He said, yo, I'm gonna be dropping a lot of names.
Only because, like, it's his whole attitude. He comes in, he's got, first of all, his haircut's fucked up. But
But he broke down his
he's
haircut.
got fucking
3 dubs.
black
3 dubs. And the
Balenciagas
process
on.
is like his brain.
Everybody holding them
3
is rocking
dubs?
the
It's supposed to be 3 dubs.
3
Yeah.
dubs. The different
Nah, that shit
lengths.
was like Patrick the Hoolan.
Yeah.
He did it himself.
Nah, Mr. G cut that.
Nah. He said it was
That shit don't look like no doves.
He said it was a black barber.
His haircut is fucked up. It don't matter what it is.
Nigga said walked off. He didn't want to get paid for that. I would have took my bread.
So he got the Balenciaga jacket on with the glasses and it just blacked out. With the lime
gloves.
green, the original Balenciaga color that had cats excited. So it's that visual, and then with the rhetoric, it was priceless, man. He's bigging up Dame. He's taking shots at. He's telling Drake, "I'm the nigga. Like you are not that." He's telling Hov, "You really can't see me, but we could." He said,
"He put Hov on the text. I
You
want
had
more
to
than all
pay,
of y'all combined."
was that Hov on it?
The Hov was on the text.
I'm not gonna co-sign that because I don't remember him saying
Hov was
Hov.
on
He
the
said
text.
Hove,
I
Kim,
watched it earlier.
Trav,
Pusha T,
Drake.
Big Sean,
Together though, that was
Drake.
all in the
So I
in
want
the-
more than all y'all
6.6.
combined.
all in the
And he
all in the
flexed the
text.
6.6
He
because
said that
Forbes
like
said it
Forbes.
was like 1.2.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't give him. A year they was giving it to Kylie. He had a B before Kylie even had to be. On paper and in reality.
That's crazy.
They would only give it to Kylie.
I love the combo. I love what he was talking about. I feel like Nori and EFN was just letting him
Just
Go.
go.
He
They're
had
like,
to.
yo, we're gonna get clips out
Catch
of all
his
this.
essence.
They
His
was
essence.
they weren't really trying to structure
What's all that?
the conversation into anything. You know what I'm saying? They would ask a couple questions here and there, but
Nah, Nori was trying to save him.
He was a one.
Nori kept trying to play
He
Chris
tried to
Brown
stop him when he
around.
started saying crazy shit, but
No, but it was
He
good.
was
It
really
was good
talking
to hear
that
Gay
talk,
talk
though.
that. He's in a great space, talking about getting his family back, talking about business at the highest
Paperwork's
level.
not done.
Um,
Hulu.
that's because she been out on dates with homeboy.
I'm not gonna talk
Yeah,
about
that comedian wing
It's
nigga.
rumors, man. We don't do rumors. That's Jay. Yay.
It's not-
I
it's
don't
documented.
imagine she's.
I did
not
the research.
on
It's
yet.
documented.
She been out with him.
I don't know
a
if it
couple
was for a
times.
show. He was on
Yeah,
Saturday
SNL.
Night
He
Live
got
that
star
time.
on
Yeah.
SNL. They might
Might have been for a
when they
show.
were
Yeah.
shooting that.
If you don't know, they're talking about Pete Davidson.
Clear that up. Clear that up, though. Like you said, don't act like you fuck my wife. I'd rather you fuck her than act like it
And
got
now
me
the-
going crazy.
then he
Clear
said-
that up, nigga.
he said,
Hulu.
Then deal with the
Hulu.
finality
He was
of
talking
it.
about
Hulu.
he was talking about the
He was talking crazy about Big Sean too and John Legend.
He said, yo, the
Was
nigga
he?
picked up a tombstone and said, if
Yeah.
I die, I deserve to be here
Yeah.
because I signed Big
Big
Sean.
Sean.
that was a little trolling though. But
Nah, because he broke it down. You wait and stand in front of everybody and Biden and downplay.
Yeah, he was like, I changed your
I
life.
changed your fucking life. You and John
but
Legend.
nobody's fucking with that magnet hat but him. So the shit they were saying was true. But it's your man,
Then
so
he
you
said,
should give
I
him.
got jumped
you
for
should
the
at least
hats
hold
I
him.
had on.
Yeah. He said, nah, he said gangsters try to take my joint. I ain't even give it to them. I look like taking my joint off. But did you see peep the part where he says
He said a lot. He
He
dropped a
talking
lot of
about
jewels
him
that
and
he had
Hov's
to
relationship.
interweave.
and he said, oh, that's my problem. We always fight.
Yeah.
But he said
You say you the boss, though.
yeah.
He said, that's my boss.
He said when
I'll
Jay
never
start
do a
acting
versus.
like Jay, Ye start acting like Ye,
Yeah,
then we don't talk.
You said Jay shit, I do Ye shit. We don't say shit.
yeah.
That shit was fire. That was a ball.
He had a couple bars in there that he was bringing up. One part that I noticed that was pretty interesting to me is he was like, yo, I owe Beans some money. I'm looking for Beans. He's like, why you owe Beans some money? He said he gave me the name Yeezy. I want to give him some money from that.
said
Yeah, that's
that.
funny.
I said, yo, that's gonna be a pretty check.
That's at least an M.
At
On
least
the humble.
On the humble, like, yo, bro,
You a
need-
billionaire.
He said, you
That's
know,
at least an M.
He didn't even be that. He should
It's
just
not
help him bring
a little
state
more,
property
probably.
clothes.
or give him a
Because he
percentage.
made a whole brand
Yeah.
off of Yeezy.
He was like, yo, I'll give you 2%.
Yeah.
2%.
Nah, I ain't
You
getting
should at
2%.
least
2%
give,
high as hell.
I got
we
for
should at
what-
least give him
He gave-
equity in.
What? I got a
He gave,
question.
He
I
gave
got a
Kim
question.
10% when he started. So
This goes to
Yeah,
show.
but I got a question.
Hold
You know
on,
the
but
story
this
behind
goes
that?
to show
Let's ask you a
Ye's
question.
level
We'll
of
get back to that.
his love for loyalty and philanthropy. Because he was like, yo, Dame don't never have to work ever again. Dame gave him a shot. He was one of the first people to believe in him. He said that man is an immense influence to the culture. He'll never, as long as I'm making money, he'll never have to work
Dame
again.
Dash, man.
I said, yo, Ye is respectable
Cam said
and
that too,
commendable.
though. Cam been said that. He said every check he ever got,
But
over
Cam and
100,000
Ye
he
is
get a
different.
bag. Nah, Ye, Cam's really his man.
Nah, I
Ye's
get
doing
that.
it
But
right.
I mean, from a
Ye's doing it 10 years later, 15 years later. Cam said every check he ever had over
There was a story.
6 figures, Dame get a briefcase.
There's a story with Cam
we
told. He
talking
was
about
like, "Yo, y'all trying to play Dame? He's on these shows." He said, "I went to go meet Dame on a jet." He said, "When I walk on the jet,
If
he's
he's-
like, yo, this is the director from Growing Up Hip Hop.
Yeah.
This is the editor from Loving Hip Hop.
Yeah.
Every show he was on, he's snatching people."
Yeah.
To make his movies in his personal Dame Dash Studios, and you think he just in there chilling?
Yeah.
He grabbing all the creative minds.
Dame's a genius.
What's one
The
of the
whole
most
big
recent
office,
projects Dean
Yeah, I was
came
about to
out
say
with?
that.
'Cause
You mean
He
he got
about
his
to
whole
shoot.
network.
He about to shoot the
He
end
got
of the
his
story of
network.
Alpo.
Yeah, but nah, I think that's
Now that
cap.
he
I
died.
think that's internet cap.
No, he posted. I saw it on his page.
Yeah, but
He said he
way
didn't know how to
before
finish the
Alpo
story.
died, he
How you
said he
feel
was
about
doing. He was
But
doing.
he said he didn't know how to end it.
he said now we gotta end it.
He
He
said,
how,
wasn't
gotta
doing
end it.
how do y'all feel
though.
about
He
that?
said
though?
he was doing it with the lunch mob. Homie, what's the young boy from Don D?
Clips.
His dad and all.
Clips Daddy, yeah.
Nah, not Clips dad.
It is
Clips
Clips
dad's a
Dad.
rap. No, he's
Mincio?
not.
He's the leader of Lynch Mob.
No, he's not. The leader of Lynch Mob is I just was.
Clips Dad was part of Lynch Mob. He
It's not.
snitched. He won't snitch on everybody.
Nah, I want to say
That's why they keep
Fabo.
calling him a rat.
What's his name? What's the homie's name that run down Diva? The B.O. smacks him.
No
Light skin.
idea.
Black
Oh,
black
oh,
the nigga who's
That's who
running
cops
around
run Lynch Mob.
the Don Diva nigga.
Yeah, the young boy. That he say,
He
"Oh
was
my
on a
man,
Funk Flex
fade back,
interview.
fade back."
He did a Funk Flex interview.
Yeah, but no, that you talking about Cap Child. Fade
Yeah.
back is the light skin cat that Lux brought out when he said, "Oh, I figured you said you give 5 G's for whoever had the paperwork. That was a ploy to find
Yeah,
out
he
what
was
the paperwork."
talking to Clips because his pop snitched.
The light
His
skinned
pop was
cat
part
who brings out the paperwork and throws it in the crowd.
That's
His
not your
pops
boss,
is the
yeah.
head of Lynch Mob. He just Trump pardoned him and the other head of Lynch Mob after 20.
That's crazy.
Word. So, but yeah, he said he was going to do the Pay the Fool part 2 about them. But Alpo was part of that too. Not with them, but he's there. But yeah, Alpo getting killed. I mean, I don't even want to talk about it. Street shit is street shit. And niggas get killed every day. We all right. If he's dead, I heard a nice conspiracy story that made a
I
lot
heard
of
that
sense.
too.
His neighbors were saying he copped a U-Haul like 3 weeks ago. They say he pulled up, packed the whole crib up dolo. They saw it. It was like, yo, his crib was empty for 3 weeks, and he dipped out. So what if he was too hot and they just faked his death?
What if
You
they
get
was
him
on?
the fuck out
If
of
they
here.
was on his
'Cause
tail?
They said he was,
And then they shot
he
him
was
in
still a
Harlem.
paid informant. It wasn't like so he
too
could.
much.
But then I heard street niggas
You
say
can go back to selling drugs and all that. They can't
Sub
touch
Zero say, yo, he was like, yo, I don't know him like that, but I know him. He said, yo, he still had work on the street. He said his niggas in Brooklyn that was working for him, his niggas in Harlem. Say he would pull up in Harlem every morning, 4 or 5 in the morning, on the Harley, blasting Billie Jean, picking his bread up, mad loud, mad flamboyant.
That's crazy.
So
You know what's crazy about Alpo? He's such a polarizing figure that motherfuckers either love him or they hate him. But you gotta appreciate the character and the aura that the nigga had.
Fuck what you heard. That nigga had the 3/4 Louis Vuitton on with the rust-colored Timbs in 87. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. That nigga drip game was drip before it was. He invented dropping.
Now, I'm gonna keep it a band with you. I'm not really a fan of Dame saying he's trying to do Paid in Full 2. But what I would be
If
a
he
fan
posted that,
hold on,
he
let
said
me
he was
land
going
my
to
shit. Let me
do
land my
a
shit.
second part, not paid in
Yeah,
full.
but he's
I
saying
can see
now
the
that it
story.
has an ending. I would rather Dame be like,
He
I'm
said
gonna put
this a
out the
year ago.
Alpo story
No.
and give you the whole cinematic rundown of who
You can't
Alpo
put out
was.
you can't put out an Alpo story. It would just be paid in full with a stretch.
Yeah,
You could tell a
but
Harlem
there's
story
the whole-
again.
It wouldn't be
It was
because
never
you still
Alpo.
have
That
to,
was AZ
you
story.
still have to go and explore his DC ties and that DMV
Yeah, but
era
paid
that
in
he
full is
had.
never based upon.
I'm not talking about
Alpo.
that. I was just saying,
It's
personally
an AC
speaking,
story.
I would like to see an Alpo movie opposed to a Paid in Full
He
sequel.
tried to do it. Nobody wanted
Because
it.
it was a fucking
It'd be corny
it's
for
a
him to
classic.
do
Don't fuck with a classic.
He was
That's
trying to
just my
sell it.
take.
They
That's
wouldn't
my
even
take
let him
on it.
do the documentary. It'd be corny for cats to do it now without him here.
That's why I wouldn't agree for him to do a Paid in Full too.
Since we on Dame, what y'all think about Jay?
Hall of Fame?
Yeah, shouting him out.
Rock and
Well,
roll.
Shout Shouts to Hov first and foremost for making it to the fucking Hall of Fame.
Who the
First
fuck needs a
first
rock and
ballot
roll Hall of Fame?
Nobody need, we need our own shit.
Rock.
Because you know what the problem is? Motherfuckers keep looking for validation.
I mean, we
places
started
don't
rock
need
and
it
roll
from.
as my man Eddie Griffin said, but it's cool. But like,
we now officially changed our name to the Get Canceled Podcast. We in this motherfucker trying to get canceled. Talk that shit.
They didn't even give Muddy Waters the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame shit until '87. And then they didn't give Chuck Berry the shit till '86. Chuck Berry created rock and roll, so it's not nothing I'm looking forward to because the shit been out here since the 1980s. So you talking about the dude who created rock and roll? Y'all don't give him a nothing till '86. Look it up.
Just salty.
Come on, man. Go watch Cadillac Records and see what up. See the end of that thing, man. For real talk. That's what it is. That's what it's about.
You think about it like this. LL Cool J.
LL's the
Jay-Z.
man. Come on.
Well, hold on. But listen to this.
Let me snatch that
Turner.
microphone on.
Tina Turner, Jay-Z, and LL all elected
Tina
to the
Turner.
Hall of Fame
This should've
at the
been-
same time.
this
How long
should've been-
Tina Turner been making music for? That lets you
She
know.
just sold her masters, ironically.
Yeah.
She sold her shit out,
Yeah.
cash 80 mil.
That's why they
Yeah,
gave
I
it
heard
to
That's
her.
probably why they gave it to
That's
her.
highway
heard that.
robbery on their part.
She took, I mean, she want to live with, she got her bread, she trying to live her
Like a
life.
kid, she like 100.
She like 100.
That's what I mean. That's a
100
kid.
matter.
80 mil.
Word.
She good.
She cool.
She gonna go wherever she wants, spend her last day, she deserves it. She been
Get that shit to her kids. She got like 5 kids.
That's what she want to do.
Chilling. 80 million is good though. That's a great check.
The Masters might have been worth
But
more.
yeah, shout out to whole
Way
Rock
more.
and Roll Hall of Fame. Shout out to
They
LL
got,
Cool
and
J.
they, the likeness, all that.
Yeah.
They can make a whole other movie and make her look crazy.
Yeah.
She can't do nothing.
Nothing.
Hopefully she ain't give her likeness up. But
Now she sold all that.
the Masters ain't part of that.
The publishing ain't right.
Sometimes.
Like they put in
Sometimes.
perpetuity here and throughout the universe. Like Dave Chappelle was saying.
She don't give a fuck.
So,
Who
what
live
the
her
fuck
life.
you mean through here and the universe?
Universe.
Like, you nigga die and go somewhere else.
Would you sell your masters?
I would sell your masters for.
See,
Yeah,
this
something
nigga tell you every episode who the fuck.
Hold
You gotta
up,
watch
hold
this
up.
nigga.
No.
This
You gotta
nigga
know-
is the
you
entry
gotta know
point for the
business, right?
Illuminati.
Hold
I'm
up,
already
now-
on to
Why
it.
We
He
talking
done
about
talked
big
about
cash.
sacrificing niggas
This
the
is
last
big
3
time.
episodes.
This is a bullshit combo, but I'm about to go into. I'm the depack that shit. So, So Rockefeller was so polarizing, and Jay and Dame and Biggs, as you say, shout out Dame, that was dope. But they were so polarizing because they created a formula prior to actually selling a record. So they said if we possibly sell 1 million records, then we need 7 times that. So before the album came in, Def Jam had to cut the $7 million check regardless of what Hov did. So then, but in return, they had master splits and publishing splits and all that. So most cats don't own their publishing that much. And Irv Gotti said he owned 50%. And he was like, trust me, nigga, it's not all you think it is. Maybe you should take that 20 and figure out what your next move is. 50 million. And you got to think Irv Gotti's masters is up. There's a lot of heat on there.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Birdman said he make 30 million a year though.
Birdman sold a billion records.
Mm-hmm.
1 billion records though, and only 30 million. That's like fraction of a penny per record. And believe his shit. Drake the highest streaming artist by like 5 for the last like 5 years and probably ever when he's done. So I mean that's a cool number. Don't get it twisted. But when you bust it down with Drake and every other artist and Jake Branch, and, I would sell a portion of my masters because if you look at what Mustard did, this is mad. This is just Patreon status. To cut this whole shit. But DJ Mustard said he sold his old masters.
To his old product.
So he said anything that came out from 2010 when he came out to like 2017, he sold it. Let them have it for 5 years. Do whatever they want. But he said he put it together to where he picked the records. So you didn't get the whole album. He said he might have, if he made, produced 50 hits, he gave him 35 hits for 5 years. And after the 5 years, it all come back to him. And then everything, and then the same publishing company
That's
he sold his
crazy.
master to, everything going forward, he owns 100%. So everything from 2017 to the end of time, he owns everything. So he'll be able to cash.
That's
and he
crazy.
said he got 25 million.
That's,
7 years of work, and he still get it back.
That's
You wouldn't
fine.
do that?
Hell yeah.
But you gotta.
They don't own that indefinitely. That's only 5
saying.
years.
And you
That's
gotta-
a great
But
investment.
I mean, you gotta have the type of music that generate that kind of money for them.
Like business end.
But yeah, Fuck that.
What questions you got on Bingo?
Just rolling with the pod, nigga.
Oh, y'all slowed up tonight. Mind you, we shooting at like 2 in the morning. I'm on my Tupac shit. I know what y'all wonder. What the fuck is it? I'm gonna proud of it out, but I do that's on my Tupac shit, nigga. Flossy Shakur. But
Flossy Shakur.
yeah, what happened this week? Alpo died. Charlie Wilson brother died.
Y'all
Forgive me
here
not knowing
for the Jay and Dame reconciliation, revamping of Rockefeller.
Not no revamping of Rockefeller, but I'm here for Hov to invest in Dame doing his studio and movies and shit. Dame ain't did music in 15 years. I don't see him going back. He didn't.
Well, I
make it
mean
back.
Rockefeller as a unit, not necessarily as a
Yeah,
record label.
I mean, it sounds great, but you got to think Dame and Biggs got their issues now too.
The Dame challenge.
Yeah, the Dame Dash challenge.
What are they beefing about?
Who knows? They never spoke about it. I
that's
assume
what it's supposed to
Dame. He
Gotta
didn't say
go with
Dame
some
did it
money.
directly, but he was like, "Oh, people were speaking on him being, him needing money." But Dame never said he needed money. He said, "Y'all niggas is acting like Biggs ain't locked up. Send him something. Y'all asking me about the nigga. Send the nigga some money on his book. Send some money to his wife. It's real
So who?
shit about Biggs. But Biggs comes home and Dame's on his only champion. He's champion Big while he's locked up for Bud, and he gets home and then he runs over there under Hov's thumbnail. When the whole issue of Rockefeller is Lior not tricking Hov, but brainwashing Hov with the idea that you don't need him. But it wasn't that Hov didn't want Dame. He didn't want Biggs to eat no more.
And
That's
Dame
a
said
fact.
nah. Dame said nah.
He said, not even nah. He said, let's go do something else then. We'll go create another business without Biggs. Biggs don't care. Me and Biggs will do clothing and Rockefeller Films, which was their engine to move at that point, and me and you go do another business. Instead of doing
How long
that,
was Biggs locked up for?
like 5 years for Bud.
For
And
Bud?
he didn't even sell it. He introduced the connect. He was already on his grower shit. So I think he introduced somebody from like Oregon to one of his mains in Harlem who was buying a dispensary in Cali. And the feds was on the dude from Harlem because it wasn't legal out here or whatever, if I'm not mistaken. And then when they met up, they just had him in the paperwork and was like, yo, either tell on him or
That's been
you're going to get a stirring charge. And he was like, all right, if I could just give my time. He took his file. That's crazy because you come home and weed is legal.
4 years for
Less than 18
conspiracy off of weed. That's true.
What do y'all feel about weed being legal? Good things, bad things? Should you be able?
Shit,
Should law enforcement be able to smoke? First responders be able to
Absolutely.
smoke?
Oh yeah.
I feel
should
like
you be
they
able
should
to
be
drive
they should
and
be
be
letting
smoking?
niggas out of jail for
It's happening.
excessive
slowly. Hold that, Wills.
time for fucking weed charges.
That's a fact.
I think
I don't even
I
smoke.
think it's about time.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know the government had to take their
Cause
slaves.
they got
It took
They've
them a
been
while to
figured
get
out how to
the
get
you
paperwork.
got
tax money.
cigarettes, and, you know.
Right? Cost $15.
Yeah, like
The full cent of tobacco. It's a market.
Oh, you said it like it was a little bit of weed. Nigga said he was conspiring to distribute 100
I
kilos
just
of
told you the
marijuana.
story. I said he introduced somebody who
That's
wanted to start
crazy.
a dispensary, and the dude was a grower. What would you start a dispensary with? 5 ounces?
Can't do that.
500 pounds of weed.
So
ain't
basically, the
but $1,000
motherfucker
a
was trying to
pound.
get
I don't
into
know
the-
for
to the
sure,
weed.
but I assume it's $1,000 a pound. That's only $500,000. It's not that much money in the investment. As soon as I figure it out, I'm opening up a dispensary. I'll
That's where
quit
the
my
money
job
at
and
right
all
now.
that. They don't want to let me have it? Fuck that. Can't put it in one of y'all name? It's over. Because one thing I know is retail therapy and hustle.
yeah, I think jobs should drug test for.
Nah, and then New York did away with it. Shout out to New York. New York's bad progressive now. Y'all used to be
That's
progressive
one
when
word
y'all
for
didn't
it.
have y'all didn't have slavery and everybody else had. But shout out to New York for being progressive still. Democrats is idiots. Republicans
How
is
they
idiots.
progressive?
Independents is idiot because of shit like that.
Don
They're allowing the
DeMarco.
weed. They're letting people out of jail. And it's recreational. Fuck medical. There's states that don't even got medical. You can't even get medical weed or license for it, let alone recreational. For 3 plants and 2 ounces,
They're
3 ounces.
firing nurses in the street.
No, oh yeah, let's talk about some real shit because all that shit, that
Yeah,
first
man.
20 minutes is bullshit. Let's talk about the fact that people put their lives
On the line.
For a vaccine.
on the line. Fuck the vaccine. Before they even had a vaccine, people were willing to come in and help and
that's what I
come out of retirement. They had doctors coming out of retirement, nurses coming out of
That's what I-
retirement, grabbing traveler nurses from everywhere, their whole family.
That's what I don't
Just
get.
to
There's
bring
a
them
whole
here.
thought ass
The whole-
traveling nurses, but you know what? No,
The whole pandemic.
What?
You heard? The whole pandemic, they bust their ass.
Yeah.
Now they
Risk
want
their
that.
lives.
Yeah.
I just bust their ass.
No,
risk their
that's
lives.
that's the word I was looking for.
Didn't have the proper equipment to protect themselves.
No.
Still showed to show up the
Yeah,
work.
son, my
Every
man was
single
about to get
fucking
his
day.
shit on.
Right,
He's
bro.
about to
Nah,
get his shit on.
My
The whole
phone,
time,
They're
Jay
fucking it up.
Jay don't be talking like
My
that. Let
phone,
Jay get
Hulu.
his shit on.
Hulu. My fault, Jay talk that shit.
No, you good. No, I was saying, you took the words right out of my mouth.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
it's a shame.
We potted now.
It's a shame that actually, New York's progressive in some ways, but it's a shame
In the
that
fucking
around the world,
dark ages and all
they
that.
fucking
Fix these
they're
goddamn
stopping
potholes.
nurses from working. Like, and then if y'all said
Get the
if 90% or
vaccine
80% of people got vaccinated, I think it was 70 at first. There would be no need for masks, and then nobody else would have to. Now y'all say 75-80% of adults had at least one shot. You're forcing people to either get the vax or to go on paid leave. Why would you do unpaid leave?
Yeah,
You might as
Biden just
well
spoke
quit and
on
get unemployment.
5 to 11 is gonna have to receive.
Yeah,
the
fuck
first
that.
one.
My kids ain't getting that. Fuck that.
Homeschooled, nigga.
Fuck that.
Hulu.
Hulu.
5? You bugging.
Homeschool Disney.
How much longer y'all think not the vaccine? How much longer y'all think COVID's gonna be a thing?
As long as they
So
can
they
keep
get their
dropping up the
bag?
prices of everything.
So they get their bag. That shit
Look,
a lifetime
what was that shit I
subscription.
showed y'all earlier with the turkeys? They said last year the average price of the turkey was fucking $25, and this year turkey prices is up to $55.
I don't know if that's real, but
I mean, but
probably
we know
everything.
but you could look
Inflation's
at
real.
everything going around.
Inflation's real, man. I went to the grocery store. I buy the same shit every week. Organic grapes and blueberries, oranges, organic salmon, Spanish rice, and probiotic drinks, kombucha.
Don't buy nothing if you ain't got no
That
fucking
shit supposed to be
seeds.
$70 at tops. I'm paying
That
a
shit
buck.
come out
I'm paying
$120.
$1.19. Swear to God for the same
Word.
shit. I'm like, damn. I thought I was saving money. I'm like, yeah, eating all clean and shit. Nigga looking better every day. Now these niggas gonna charge $1.20
He
for
said,
the same shit.
looking better every day. What movie is that, bro?
That's the wood.
He said,
Oh, that's my
He said,
favorite.
y'all on varsity now? I'm looking better every day.
yeah. These Ferragamos, nigga. What you pay for them? It don't matter, nigga. They $200.
Shout out to if you speak random movies.
What's your thoughts on Fetty Wap?
Fetty just got deported. Fetty just got Millie.
He just got
Millie.
Deported.
Yeah, it's. I mean, listen.
He's about to
For-
go.
for-
He
for
was
you-
on Roll Out, about to go perform.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's foul.
let's talk
Nobody
about how
can-
everybody gets arrested at Rolling Out.
Dirk didn't come. Cat's mad at Dirk ain't come. Dirk.
I'm
Dirk know
not.
the
I would
feds
never
on him.
coming back to Rolling Loud. They working with the
They
people.
probably cut the check though. They ain't working with the people.
They gotta be working with the
It's
people.
public
Think about it.
advertisement of everybody.
If
they
you
looking
look at
for.
they lineup is so extensive. They bag is so crazy. The feds could be like, nigga, we will lean on you unless you tell us what time they set is, and this, that, and the third. They are civilians. They gonna operate with the feds.
They
These
don't
niggas
need to operate
don't let
with
them.
the feds.
Yo, let's start looking at y'all paperwork. Y'all throwing around multi-million. They have
Speaking of
everybody
paperwork,
on
speaking of
Rolling
paperwork,
Loud's
What's
lineup.
What's that
Talk to
shit
me.
you was talking about?
Talk to me.
The baby had to sit with somebody who took a percentage of his
Oh,
bread.
yeah.
That shit
What
was
was that
highway
about?
robbery.
What?
I can't remember the
Who
name of
said
the
that's
organization,
extortion?
but the baby had to sit down with one of the pillars in the LGBT community.
They said
it
he
was a
was
CEO, and they
of,
said that
The elemental
they
P.
co-signed
Elemental P. Don't say that because we're gonna get banned. Elemental P.
HDTV LG.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
The electrical.
Niggas moving like the mob. Listen,
So yeah, they cause y'all fucking all up.
nah, ain't nobody fucking nothing up. He sat down. No, we just flowing.
So
He
they
sat
let
down
little
with
baby.
them.
They banned little baby from Rolling Loud. He went and apologized. Basically, I don't know how he kissed ass. I personally don't think he apologized. I think Fifth said, "I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. Regardless, he's coming out on my set." And then he brought one of the biggest artists out in the world on his set, and then they just had to deal with it. But then they're saying he sat down. If he did speak to somebody,
He was just in
and they
Dubai,
understand,
touching the
and he has
Right.
understanding
He
the
was just
knowledge
in
of
Dubai.
born.
He touched a mean bag.
Yeah,
One of the
bro.
richest niggas, sultans ever. So he's up. He was up with God. I don't really think the cancel culture is existing no more. And Dave Chappelle is proving that. Like,
What do you
that
mean
shit is on the
existing?
internet.
They can finish
Like,
it.
He said, I love being
Tory
canceled.
Lanez made $1 million in, what was it?
57
1 minute.
seconds.
1 minute.
Yeah, but you're not.
He's
looking
supposed to
at
be
the business.
canceled.
You know, I'm a business guy.
NFT. And then he's still making money off the blockchain from his
NFT,
NFT.
I spoke about it. NFT is like the biggest. It's cap.
He sold them shits for
Right?
$1.
He sold his album
sold
for
out
$1
in a
million.
minute.
Hold up,
Yeah.
though. Hold up. Let's the pack with.
And now they worth
'Cause y'all
60.
not putting it in contact. He put out an album for somebody.
for
$1 million.
On an NFT album.
You don't think our artist as big as Tory Lane could have went to a label and got more than $1 million?
He did
In
independent.
one
It's
minute?
not independent.
57
minute?
Listen to what I'm
seconds?
saying. Listen to what
In
I'm
1
saying.
minute? No.
He's canceled, so he cannot do it
He
on
ain't
the
canceled.
label. Listen to what I'm telling
Doing
y'all.
numbers.
Y'all not paying attention. He's canceled is the reason why he can't do it on the label. So he has to resort to put it on the NFT.
Well, the
If $1
NFT is
million
its own individual
If
business
$1 million
venture.
was all you wanted for your album, you should have went and fucked with the labels because you're not getting no more
Well,
rhetoric.
he's getting more than that.
No,
Hold on.
listen,
In
y'all not.
addition
come
to
on,
that, what
man.
he
Is
said
y'all,
was-
y'all talking facts or opinions.
I'm talking facts.
You're not talking
What he
facts.
said
NFT
in
is
addition to
selling
that,
all of the property.
like I
It's
said,
selling the
if you
likeness of the
own
album
his
and the album.
$1 album off the NFT, it's now worth
It's
$60,000.
It's
He
hard.
said that's why he was so hyped, because everybody that owns
It's
one
not a
is
fact.
now making money.
It's not a fact.
His
They
NFT is on
own
a-
the album, meaning there's no more cash
Nah,
out for him.
his NFT
There's
is
no
on a
more
blockchain.
cash out for them after the NFT. That's what the NFT is. Y'all go
Unless
and
it's
talk
on a
about
blockchain.
opinion. There's no more cash out for anybody who sells the NFT. That's what it is.
That
It gets the
NFT
artist
album
paid,
is now worth
regardless. It
$60,000
doesn't matter, though.
individually.
I'm talking about the business.
So if you own the NFT,
So he made $1
essentially
million
your
worth
asset is
album.
$60,000.
Congratulations, because I'm sure he was getting more than $1 million advance on
In
his
1
album
minute?
and having his price. Yeah, as soon as he went to the label and said, "I want to do a contract,"
Okay.
yes, it's a $6 million contract, $2 million advance of album. Did he make $1 million or did he just lose $5? What are we talking about here, people?
He made $1 million in 1
in the
minute.
music business, which he is banned from. So
But
he's
if he
no
was to
longer
go
in the
to a
music
label, he wouldn't.
How
get
he
all
banned
that
from
1
it
million.
when he
He
done
wouldn't
dropped
have to.
two
He would
independent
get
albums?
$6 million
That's
advance.
$1 million
$6 million
independent
advance.
is amazing.
Yes. In a
And
minute?
57 seconds is amazing for an independent artist. He's independent now. So we're not even talking about the industry. We're talking about what he's doing on his own.
So if the
That's
album,
phenomenal.
so if the album
That's
sells,
phenomenal.
if the album sells 5 million records, and the album
million.
makes $50 million, and he only made $1 million off it, that's a good business.
If he
You're
did that shit on
fucking
his
crazy.
laptop,
You're lying to yourself. That is bad business. That is bad business. He's only doing it because he's canceled. Y'all whole point was, oh, he's not canceled. Cancel exists. He's canceled, so he had to put a
If he was
NFT.
canceled, how
It's
would he
not like
generate
Jizza
revenue
saying
like that?
5 years ago, hey, I just RZA saying, hey, I got this Wu-Tang album nobody ever heard. I want $5 million for it. And y'all can do whatever you want for it. You own it completely. So if you want to go back to Universal and cash out for $20 million, you can. His cash out is the $5 million. Tory Lane's cash out is $1 million. I know for a fact Tory Lane is a big artist. He streams heavy. He's radio promo. That means that them fucking dollars is coming in. He would have made more than $1 million.
But
All
they
I'm
the
saying-
way NFTs
He was
work,
saying
though,
to give to his fan base, they 100% own that NFT album.
So the fans
They
are
don't, though.
So they could go and sell it.
So
They
no,
do,
the
that's
way
how-
NFTs work,
You
the
don't,
original print of whatever you do, it's on a blockchain. So every time they resell it, the original artist gets a percentage of that.
No.
Yes, that's the way NFTs
No,
works.
it's not.
It's on a blockchain. That's
not.
why it's digital. When you resell it, the original
For
person who
art,
started the
For
blockchain,
art.
But music is art.
For
It's a
art.
form
No,
of art.
you're talking about for reprinting
however you
shit.
set it up, it's your
No,
NFT.
it's
You can set it up like that.
It could be a video. The girl that just said, put my leg up, want to hit you like this here, mom.
Why
She
you
just
being weird to me?
She just NFT'd that shit.
Yeah, I'm not even arguing. Y'all got it. Next subject.
Great minds.
Great mind.
Next subject.
That niggas been talking about.
In the world.
It sound like he was about to.
How about
Sound
we
like he was
decent?
about to do a fucking movie trailer. What in the world?
Let's talk about
How you feel about Meta?
Meta.
Who gives a fuck?
Facebook.
Meta. Facebook is now Meta and it's going all digital.
I didn't
So
do
where
it.
It's not doing anything.
I don't give a fuck
They're
about
virtual reality.
They're rebranding themselves because they just had a public meltdown because that girl just leaked the information.
They want to
saying that
turn
their
Facebook into
algorithm-
The Sims, right?
Basically.
Which is,
Yeah,
all right,
basically
if you're
what
going
it
to
is.
start selling video games, then cool. There's a lot of money in it. It's a good business move because Facebook.
NFTs.
No, Facebook is a publicly traded thing. Couldn't be an NFT. It's like the anti-NFT if it's a publicly traded thing on the stock market. But I didn't look at it enough. I don't really care for Facebook as much. It's a good business. if you
Facebook
own
is
stock.
Instagram and all that though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm over. So let's talk about that. That's a great subject. How much longer do you think social media, this kind of social media, will be a thing? And what does it? What does
I think
it?
it's going to be highly censored. It already is.
Yeah, but what does it? Not transpire. What's the word? What does it turn into? Evolve is the word I was looking for. What does
Transcend,
social
evolve.
media evolve into?
You know what I see when I see Meta, honestly? When I see how social media is moving, I see the future being like, remember the movie Demolition Man? Where they unfroze Stallone
It was like,
and everybody was living in this digital shit. And he's like,
Niggas
what the
talking
fuck
about
is
movies
y'all
from
doing?
93.
Like, what the fuck is y'all doing? Niggas is living off tablets and talking about this taco. Like, I just see
Taco Bell.
niggas going way left with it. Everything is GMO and they're gonna make it so where it's digital.
that's the
sex.
world we live in. That's what I'm talking
I
about.
saw a shit where they successfully are trying to grow babies in a tube where once you're pregnant, they can remove the embryo and artificially grow the baby and then let you know.
That's what they
So for
doing
9
that
months, they
community,
artificially
ABCs.
incubate the baby, and then in 9 months you come pick up your baby.
That's what they're doing for the.
That's where the
ABCs.
world's going with this technological shit. How you feel
Now
about
is that anti? So I had this conversation with my barber earlier about the universe. Are we helping it? Are we hurting it?
Shouts
Now-
to Juice the Barber.
Now, I'm a pescatarian. I'm eating out to sea, fresh, not fresh water, salt water, all that. I'm eating out to sea. They say, you let them tell it. They say, oh, we have a huge impact on the animals on the planet.
Yeah.
So we just ate them all. Like, we can't rejuvenate for 7.6 billion people no more. So we gotta create other meat. As my man Cat Williams said, the clone retarded meat. But so
Can't get a third
everything-
world country that shit. You
So
can't get
now,
the third world country.
exactly. So should the third world country? So for one,
I think that's
yeah.
I think that's bullshit. First off,
because I want to double part.
I
this
see
question.
deers and foxes every day.
So
when you eat.
that you're right, but I'm not eating that shit.
Honestly,
What do you think about it like this? You got Burger King, McDonald's on every street, right?
Facts.
Cheap food.
There's not all that beef everywhere in the world for
And if it is, then why we need fake meat?
exactly.
But so is it a good thing or bad thing? Is the question. That's the first part of the question. The second part of the question is, are we helping the universe by using technology to create the next thing? So if we don't have enough food, should we be growing produce inside, grapes, all this kind of shit, veggies and fruits to sustain, or is it just all bad?
Do you believe that there's actually a shortage though? I don't.
I don't.
I just think they're giving us that bullshit to lower our
They say the
vibration.
planet is overpopulated, and
I don't think so.
75% of the
Not
planet
when I-
is water
when I fly
and
on the
green
plane-
grass that they never seen.
When I go flying on a plane, I take flights. There's plenty of places I see where there's no land. It's uninhabited. It's just land for
land.
days
There's
that you
no
could,
way you
that
could-
people can
anybody
live
could
for.
just live,
So
yeah.
the cities may be overpopulated, but the earth is not overpopulated.
That's a fact.
They're just
We
uninhabited
probably
places
only
that
live.
they didn't colonize.
We probably only live
That's
on like 50% of the
bullshit.
planet.
The world
That's
round or
bullshit.
So I don't want to go off into that tangent because I was trying to
Flat
make a point to get
earthers?
back
No,
to
we're
this.
not doing that.
I was trying to make a point to get back to this. Is so I forget the guy's name. I think he works with the World Hunger Organization. To
When we told
eradicate
Elon
world
Musk he could take 2% of his money and feed world hunger.
hunger. I think he said he could take
He said
1% of
6.
all of
But he said-
all the billionaires'
He
money.
said, I
and
need them to
eradicate.
show
He said, I
me.
need
all
receipts, nigga.
But Elon said
Nah,
would do
he
it
said he
if
would pay that.
shows me the
Receipts,
paper
yeah.
Yeah, you show me
That's
the receipts.
crazy.
Because it was
Show me where my
And then
money's
they
going.
recanted and said, no, we can't stop world hunger.
Yeah,
It would
'cause
help
they capped it
eventually.
160. How you even calculate some shit?
This nigga
If you know
gotta
how
give
many
you 6
niggas hungry,
billion right
go
now.
feed them.
That's
Legit.
crazy.
So Elon Musk
How
is
much
down
is he
officially
worth?
to
First
print
off,
300
does anybody know his net worth?
305 billion.
Elon
Really?
Musk?
305 billion. He made like 200 million
What?
in the last 3
They
months.
said somebody could pull up and give you
200
$10,000
billion!
He can give everybody on earth
every
$1
day
billion.
for the next 80 years.
Come on, man.
And you
We
wouldn't
got
even be a
9
quarter
conversations going.
of fucking
Somebody touch
rich
that.
ass him.
Who's
That's
going
ridiculous.
first?
Crazy.
Who's going first?
Going first as far
Do
as
you
what?
think, alright, because I already see how this is going. So, alright, that's what's going on, right?
I'll
He's
go
so
first.
rich.
What's the question?
The question is, do you think people that are that wealthy have a duty to give back, not to give back because that's going to change the question, a duty to change, a duty to fix world problems?
I think if I was in a position of Elon,
You in position, but do
they have?
Yes.
Do
absolutely,
people,
without question.
should they
Absolutely.
be tasked with the duty of solving world problems just because they're good business people? Even though a lot of their businesses
I think
are,
their money
have
is
the
their
resources
money.
to do
What
it,
they
though.
do with their money,
That's
they're
what
entitled to
philanthropy
because they earned it.
that's my point.
Now, what you want to do personally with your money is on
Right.
you.
That's what philanthropy is about.
Yeah, what you personally feel, that's on you. But your money, you earned it. What you want to do with it is yours.
Okay.
I can't say after you earn something, you should do this for some. I'm not entitled to
You
say
destroy the world to
You know what I'm
save
saying?
your soul? I didn't think that was wise. That's what's basically going on out here.
that.
It should be tasked
It's
with
your
that.
money. They can do
So
what
you
they
say
want.
no
Especially
or
at a
yes?
certain percentage.
You say no, but
their
you
money
would.
is their. I personally would, but their
But
money
no.
is their money. I can't tell
You
anybody how to
say
do
no or
money.
yes?
I mean, it's not a yes or no answer. I believe they definitely should be tasked with the fact of taking care
That's
of
a yes.
certain issues.
They're not your government.
It's not a matter of the government, but
The
if
government
only a
is the
certain
people.
percentage, can I land my shit? If a certain percentage of individuals have the ability and the resources to deal with the problems that the masses can't, they should at least be in on the conversation. That's my belief.
I say if you making over a certain amount, like 300 and something billion,
You're already paying taxes.
that's crazy.
Low ass taxes, but he's paying them.
That's crazy.
If you paid all your taxes,
My accountant got me living tax free.
Yeah. Their tax rate ain't the same as poor people tax rate.
I mean, after a certain amount, it's like 5 million.
It's all
or
the
something.
same.
Well, after 5 million, then they're paying less. Most people don't make that kind of money. So
Exactly.
It's not like, all right, listen. I say save the world, but watch your pockets because you could be broke one day.
So if you had the money of Elon Musk, what would you do as far as
Sacrifice niggas to
changing the
Get
world?
the
for the better?
Illuminati.
What would you do?
So you know my angle, and in life and in reality, my angle is spread peace and love, not war. So you would have to get to. I would use my money to get to the point where there's no need for war. What the fuck? If you got the money, you could create the technology to have freestanding oil and electricity. So why are we going to war with these countries? Why is there poor people anywhere in the world? You see, Ye's idea is he said he want to start I don't even know the wording, but
Orphanage?
basically no. Yeah, he said that, but that's not what I'm talking about. He said basically he wants to have a system where everybody gets 100,000 at least. That's the base point. So now everybody's taste level is where it's at, but you're not wanting for none. A guy who makes under 100,000, you're not looking at the life the same way.
But we
It's
such a capitalist society, they ain't gonna do nothing but run the price up on everything because they know everybody got access
Or if
to
you
more
don't know
money.
what to do with that 100,000, you just
Poor
gonna
money
spend
management.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
but
don't know how
why?
to turn
Or
it
you gonna
down
have
to
the
a million.
reality to sit here and remember 100,000 ain't as much as you
That's
think it
what I
is.
would do. I would change those issues,
Nowadays.
though. So now, if health care is free and nobody's starving, so you're not spending your money on your $15.50 an hour that you make on food because food is damn near given to you. All right, everybody's gonna farm a little. Everybody, you know what I mean? Your taxes take care of your ration of food every month. $1,000 sounds like socialism, but
It do sound like big government shit.
So if you change that problem, you change healthcare, change how people feel, change how people look, how they're moving. Do we need to do anything else after that? No, everybody should just be living their happy existence. I mean, life happens, but everybody would have a higher quality of life. And it
The
would be
bottom line
even.
is the bottom line is even.
So I would do that type of shit with my money. But I wouldn't necessarily just give it to an organization talking about go out willy-nilly because if the shit worked how they said it worked, remember 50 was selling the energy shop. You buy one shot for $2.50, and they was supposedly getting 25 mil. I don't know how you fucking get 25 mil, $2.50. But the idea was that they would put up. They had donors who were willing to match every time he sold some of the energy drink, which is a cool idea. I remember him saying, Hove hit him up like, yo, that's fire. Let me know how it works. I want to try it. Obviously it didn't work because you don't hear him talking about it no more. So is it possible?
So I got a question though. So how do you think, as a people, we can empower ourselves to do these things for ourselves? Because it's like we talking hypothetical. If we had the money and if it was given to us by
Are you
government,
asking me?
or bottom line, everybody, what can we do to empower ourselves in order to make these changes?
You know, Elijah Muhammad had a great idea about, you know, just with culture and helping yourselves, but helping your culture first. So now we have economic plans, and then we talking about eating well. So the health aspect is right there with it, and then we're talking about actually doing business within the community. So they say the black dollar leaves our community in
7 minutes or some shit like that.
I think it's seconds.
Damn.
When the Jewish dollar, I think,
But our
I was gonna
talent,
say that too.
we are the biggest export.
25 days the dollar stays in
Spend
the
our
community.
money within our
But
community.
you have to build the community first. That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
So that was Elijah Muhammad's
What do
point.
you
have
do
to have the
when
infrastructure
they
for it.
destroy your community? We had this before. We had the all black
Black Wall
baseball.
Street.
We had Black Wall Street.
Yeah, doctors, lawyers.
We had that. We were separated.
It was never. We had it in places, but it was never everywhere.
Martin Luther
Black
King.
Wall Street happened to be very high
And that's the same reason why
successful
DC,
people.
you know,
But
don't
it
get
wasn't
those extra chairs in
replicated
Congress.
everywhere. And that's what Elijah Muhammad was saying. We need to replicate it in all our communities. So build up yourselves so we can build up the universe. Peace, love.
That's well put.
Agree with that.
Next.
So how much money y'all think y'all gonna make at your end goal?
Oh, you talking about the end game.
End game.
Tony
We
Stark.
chilling. We retired.
Put my chain on the
Great
thing how
minds.
they did Tony Stark.
We doing-
This is proof floss out of
I was watching Eddie Griffin on the stage, and I couldn't help but think, seeing us all four on that stage like we did.
Yeah.
And we making millions just they seeing it live.
So I
So
don't
at your end game with that money, what do y'all plan to do?
have. So you got a 2-part question. So the first part of the question is there's not a dollar amount that I need. There's a level of
Comfortability?
yeah, because I have a certain taste level, so it would have to upkeep with certain shit. I like certain cars, or I like I like certain cuts on jeans that you can't get in Walmart. So I mean, it just has to be. It's, you know what I mean? It's whatever my taste level is. I gotta be able to take care of my parents and be good. I just don't need to want for nothing. So if my bills were fucking $10,000 a month and I made $10,000 a week, that'd be cool. That'd be amazing. You know what I mean? If I could pay all my bills with one check and then have another check and just save and do what I want, that'd be cool.
Vanguard.
There's no dollar amount.
But if we talking money and you
with
guys have pockets for $5 million
it's stupid.
after taxes, I'd be cool. Go ahead.
I think it's just like kind of to piggyback off
I
what you
can't smoke
said.
no hookah with these niggas. They gonna hose them.
Can't smoke a
I mean, it goes down to the comfort level.
Well, you
man.
gotta
Like
hold it,
you,
I'm not
want to
smoking.
be comfortable in your old age and not to stress and fret certain things and be able to provide for you and your loved ones. So I don't think there's really a dollar amount associated with that. I could sit here and spew numbers out, but wealthy, and then you got to be a dollar amount. I want to be wealthy at the
But I would be
at the
man,
end of the
selfish,
game.
10 mil.
generational. It's 10 million generational. That'll get your grandchildren lit.
I
So
said,
I'm trying to get my great
all I
greats.
need is 300 million,
Don't say that.
a mansion out the
Don't
whole.
I feel like we spoke about this.
Yeah. But
We never talked about that.
No, I feel like we
but
spoke
what
about
is
this last
your end
time.
goal? That's the better question that you was getting at.
Mhm.
End goals.
end goal. My end goal is just to, I'm thinking generational wealth. Like y'all was at my
Nice.
engagement party and I said it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm thinking about, my children's children. My aunt even said, yo, I want to sell some property. I'm like, no, let me keep that. I want to pass it down. There's too much times where we try to sell it for the quick buck and don't realize
Like, you
that
losing
physical
out.
real estate,
and the
you don't know
memories
what you
that
can
it
turn
has.
that to. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? What you could turn it
That's
into.
stability.
Yep.
Put land on it that other people you could rent to, where it becomes generational wealth, and you
Yeah,
don't
but if
gotta
it's
work.
sitting there, you're not making it work for you.
I will make it work. Don't sell it. Give it to me. I will make it work.
Mhm.
Don't sell it and give me
Yeah.
a cash. Give me the actual property
And if
you
you
want to
sell it, if you will sell it, only
I'll
sell
make
it
it work.
to others that look like
The
you.
land is the only thing that amass wealth anyway.
Exactly, it's land
You know what I mean?
with oil on it.
Perhaps. But
It's even more
Valid
valid.
point.
So generational wealth. Is
Generational wealth is what I'm thinking.
How you think you're gonna get there? What's your way to get there?
I'm trying to start as much businesses as possible, and I'm trying to
Are
teach
you
my
using
kids.
your businesses very well? So this is the thing I'm going through right now because I'm like, oh shit, I really have a whole business, like legal business. I'm like, I haven't did shit. I haven't went got credit. I haven't went. I gotta go buy my car with the shit. I can fund my whole lifestyle through it.
Then you get right off a G-Wagon, right?
Anything over 25 tons. 2,500.
Enclave, anything.
Big truck, range coming.
I think sometimes
Can't see the wink, but it's coming.
I think sometimes because we're the first generation of men who think like
they don't
this,
teach you how to do it.
we
Tell you
sell
how to
ourselves short. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing that you started a business without nobody who you know surrounding you doing that. So salute to all of us for starting a business and thinking about generational wealth. That's not normal, especially I know all of y'all.
That's
you know
not normal.
We had prior conversations. You just said you brought foreign money to the school. It was food stamps. They didn't know. Now you got a business. You feel me?
He said,
this is not normal.
I
So
had to not
salute.
too.
Yeah, our ambitions are high, but just the point you started a business with the intention.
Out the booklet.
You know what I'm saying? That's because you started the business with the intention. That's honorable and that's amazing.
It's definitely honorable.
That's not nothing small.
It's nothing. That's a fact.
You know, I'm pleased with that.
Now it's just time to, elevate.
Expand, expound.
So, you talking about selling your masters. Would you sell
your soul?
half your business?
That's the question I was waiting for.
Would you sell
It's
part
so
of your
coming back.
business?
I ain't selling shit. Hulu,
Yeah.
Hulu.
Disney.
He said, my wife got a PR girl or whatever.
I can't stand that bitch. And these nannies.
And the nannies, I don't like them either. I
So,
said,
would you sell
different.
part
That
of your
brother's
business
different.
to fund your dreams? Or are you so dead set on,
Give an example, Rob. What you mean?
would you sell half of Elite Visionary
To do what?
to your enemy for the right price?
Fuck no.
Why? I said your enemy.
Because it's my enemy.
All right, so take your
They
enemy
might
out.
take it and just
Would you
not do
sell,
nothing
would you
with
sell
it
it to
and-
Elon Musk?
It depends what he's trying to do. I need to know his vision.
He just wants to
They
invest
don't
in
have
you.
to tell you that.
But he gonna buy
If
half of you.
he say half and just say he give me $1 billion, yeah,
Come on,
I'm gonna take that and start 1,000 other businesses.
What if he says I give you $57,000 for
He said
25%
$57,000.
I know how to get that up on my own.
How the fuck you said $57,000 like it was 60 minus that?
Because your business ain't worth $5 million yet. So that actually gives your business a good evaluation.
It's not worth that.
That
much.
makes your
like
business
Shark
worth a
Tank.
It's
$250
not
million.
worth that on
That's
paper.
what I'm saying.
It's not worth that on paper, but you have to know your worth. I
So
think
you wouldn't
everybody
take that
who's
money-
a great mind who I studied, they knew their worth beforehand.
Yeah.
So sometimes they didn't take the check, but they knew what it was at the end.
So the bigger point
And
I'm
they-
getting at
they was
is
able to
sometimes
cash
you
out.
see the bigger picture.
Volumes.
That 50,000 ain't worth it.
Do you have 50,000 that you could go spend and not touch and make all product and put it in stores? If Target said we want Elite Visionary tracksuits right now, so you wouldn't sell off a piece of your a piece of equity out your company to go fund the rest of your company.
Depending
so you
on
can
the
go
deal.
do a deal.
Depending on the deal.
I just gave
They
you the
say-
deal. I just gave you the model. Look at the bag.
If
That's what
they,
Walmart
if they did it like mustard, the way like we only will take this portion for a certain amount of time, I'll take that. If it's indefinitely, no, I'll build it up myself. And
It's
then we'll come
hard
back
to get
the
your shit
table.
in the retail is what I'm saying. Because once they put the order in, you got to front the orders and then send it to them and hope it sells for what you sell it for. So if they ask for 1,000 units, you got to be able to fund 1,000 units at whatever it costs. Let's say $20, and you hope to make 50, but you might have to mark it down if it don't sell for 35.
See, the way I think and the way I know that my team is worth, I feel like in 5 years we're gonna have that.
I mean, 50,000.
We'll fund each other.
50,000
Dame
right
Dash,
now, don't
Dame
tell me
Dash famously said, and even Hov said, even we all get up. So when we fall, we'll be each other's crutches. You know what I'm saying? So when we all up, we all got separate businesses. You know what I'm saying? So when a deal come like that, we'll be able to put on the table. We don't want it. We'll all put up the bread. Boom. Get it back, flip it, and do that. That's the purpose of having that team.
All right. So
That's
would
a
you
fact.
rock a MAGA hat for 35,000?
Oh, man.
Yes, I would. Yes, I would.
We
I
officially
would.
reached the
I
freestyle
would.
portion of the podcast.
I would.
This is Grapho, whatever y'all niggas want to talk about. He said, would you wear a MAGA hat?
And let me tell you why.
35,000?
I would rock a MAGA hat for 35,000. Let me tell you why.
He said, for 35,000, let me tell you why.
Let me tell you why. Because they
So your soul is for sale.
No, it's not. It's not.
Who
Let me
needs
break
the
it down.
nutmeg now, brother?
Let me break it down.
Yeah.
They say you'll rock this hat. Now,
Who
what they
is
don't
the
understand,
brother?
They was giving out.
Who is
whoever said
brother?
rock
They
it
was
for
giving
35,000.
out.
Now,
They was giving out.
when I'm sitting at the interview and they saying,
500,000 a
You
show.
sound like Kevin Samuels right now. That nigga drinking whiskey. He saying back.
why are you rocking a MAGA
No
hat?
old
Right?
niggas cross their legs, nigga. Never seen a nigga that fucking
Russell
about to cut
Simmons
you
is
off.
crazy. For
Niggas
that.
the only niggas in the 50s
Oh,
and 60s
nigga,
shit with
yeah,
their
bitch like
legs.
this,
Bill
this
said
ain't
that
no
to me
hole.
this morning.
Yo, what the fuck?
He's the only niggas from the 50s and 60s cross their legs like
Yeah,
that.
facts. No,
See,
no,
nah,
no.
it's some I would rock a MAGA hat for 35,000. Let me explain why. Because as a people, my people have a habit of taking things that are not ours and making it our own. Ooh. So what I would do, I would take the MAGA hats and make America great again. They're like, what part of America are you referring to? I'm
Now
talking
we gotta
about.
get away from it because they're not gonna listen because we're talking about MAGA.
I
What
am.
would you do for your business?
I'm gonna break that
to
down.
make
Hold
your
up, I gotta
business
answer the
great?
question. This is gonna go full circle. The MAGA hat, making America great again. I'm talking about the part where black people decided, all right, they're not fucking with us. We're gonna have our own. We were segregated. We had our own. We had our own grocery stores. We had our own baseball field. We had our own basketball association. You see the old patches before NBA drafted us. Before the NBA drafted us, we had our own. We had our own neighborhoods and all of that. Unfortunately, they destroyed it. They threw it under rivers. They redlined us. But I'm saying, I would refer to that. Making America great again by making it our own.
So you can't see the bigger picture and having investors outside your culture to
eventually get to that. But we have to have leverage. I don't want them to invest and we don't have nothing, but then they have the power. We have to listen to them.
They didn't put money.
It has to be
influence
an
over
equal. We have enough money to be like, well, you're equal, so we're partners. You're not my boss by giving me this money because I don't have
in
it.
his Dame Dash bag right now. You can hear it in his voice.
Hulu.
Disney.
Don't tell me how to talk to my people.
Okay, that's a question. We kind of should shoot
What
short
up?
because we all
Yeah.
injecting into the same comment instead of giving pieces apart, but it's okay. We probably have 45 minutes. I will probably get us to check.
Yeah, we about to get up out of here.
Next subject.
What y'all want to touch on?
So y'all going to get married, right?
Nigga just said,
Y'all going to get married.
Facts.
Congratulations.
Let me back the fuck up. My bad.
Do
DR,
you think?
DR, here we come.
Yeah. Do you think
Hold that down.
the price of a wedding
Ridiculous.
is a smart investment
Oh, shit.
opposed to using the money for our shit?
Oh,
And I will be showing this to y'all fiance, so
Oh, shit.
it's FYI.
Jay, you go first.
This nigga paper and shit.
It's a celebration of love,
Talk that shit, Jay. Let's go, twin.
unity, a bond, lasts forever.
Diamonds are forever. No, let me stop.
And something that our kids look at for memories.
Yeah. That's true. So you're saying yeah.
Yeah.
50K gone. Okay.
No, it's not 50K.
I mean, it could be 50K.
Nah.
Good.
Half of that is whatever it is.
I mean,
that shit was 3,000. That's a lot of money. They ain't talking about.
this nigga said 3,000.
What do you think?
I think depending on how you throw it, you don't need a lot of money to make an extravagant wedding.
Yeah, facts.
This nigga's so politically correct with
What
that
you
answer.
mean on your lot of money?
For
What do you
instance,
mean? For instance.
I'm speaking from fact. This ain't hypothetical,
What
Because you could buy the house and then have the wedding in their backyard.
which is exactly what I'm doing. It's in my wife's father's backyard.
That's privilege, though. That's not everybody there.
Everybody could do that.
I'm talking about.
You could throw it in your living room.
Everybody
Got a
can
house
do that.
to
They got a
throw
living room. It happened. If you put
Yeah, my
pandemic
parents had a
weddings,
wedding
you'll
in
see
the
it in
living
weddings.
room.
Exactly.
I mean,
There's nothing wrong with that.
Courthouse.
There's nothing wrong with
They
that.
did go to courthouse.
A wedding is about love, so it's not really about the dollar amount.
That's what I said about.
If you're talking about
it's a good
extravagant-
investment. I'm talking about a wedding. Is it a good investment?
I think if you don't got it, it's not.
Most people don't have $20,000 to throw away.
If you don't have $20,000,
Most
and
people that
spending
think they got
$20,000, you're wilding. But
That's
if you
what the wedding
have it,
costs. Soon as
if
you
you
say
have
it's a
it,
wedding, 5,000 the venue, 7,000 for the food, 2,000 for the DJ, 4,000 for the light man and the cameras and shit.
now with hood people,
6,000 just
He
for
said not
having
with
a
her
wedding.
people. This
Listen,
nigga's
I'll
stupid.
cook,
And niggas ain't
you
eating your
DJ.
food.
Niggas
I had
not
your
eating food.
fucking
Niggas,
banana
I
pudding
fuck with
before.
you. I like
He
that.
said I had
bro.
to.
I'm a pop star. I've been cooking for years now, bro.
Nigga said,
I
yo,
love
Rock,
it.
I'm gonna make you a banana. I love banana pudding.
And
I'll
the
put
nigga
salt in it by accident.
Nigga
bro.
put
I'll put salt in
salt.
it by accident.
Nigga put salt instead
My
of
favorite
sugar.
said,
Now I
yo,
gotta sit like this.
recipe, bro.
Now I gotta sit
Maybe
like
banana
this.
And I was
pudding
toasted.
does-
And I was toasted.
Nah. Hold
He
on,
said,
maybe
I
banana
was
pudding
toasted.
does have salt.
I was toasted.
But a teaspoon in the cup.
Yo,
Then
you
you
was
put
like
a cup
this?
of salt in it. A cup of
shit-
salt.
this shit was-
Y'all was like, yo,
salt, man.
that nigga had the salt fucking joint and was like, this. Fuck this. Nigga.
And then he
Nigga
gave
put a
niggas
cup
Who needs a
instant high
nutmeg
blood-
now?
Yo, he gave niggas instant high
Yo.
blood pressure.
Facts.
Yeah.
My shit ain't never
My
went
shit
down
fire
since.
now, though.
When did you
You
know?
gotta make mistakes.
When did you know?
When I
When
know
you
what-
tasted it?
What? I was
Yo,
on
I
fire.
tasted it. I was like, this. I was like, this shit fire.
He said, yo, Floss, taste it, tell me what you think. I said, nigga, what the fuck is this, yo? I was mad hyped too. I think
You
I
probably
made
put a lot
I made,
too, 'cause you thought it was
shrimp
sugar.
enchiladas that
Yeah.
day. We
No,
thought he
y'all
was doing
niggas
it.
But I was
cook.
toasted and ready wrong.
Yeah.
I was toasted.
Teaspoon. A cup of anything in that shit.
A cup of anything is a lot. This nigga put a cup of salt versus sugar.
All right.
So we
Yeah,
not,
you know,
cause you
they
not
ain't
cooking
talking
at
You know
your
what
wedding.
your new name is? Salt Pay.
Front through front sauce.
That nigga
Front through
said,
front sauce.
Salt Pay.
Salt bay.
Salt
The
Pay.
bourbon apricot drizzle on the salmon.
Yeah, that's
I
how
don't
we
eat
going.
I need some powerful. I need some powerful words from each of y'all before we close out, man. Something powerful. Something that we can all live by. Whoever's
God.
watching live by.
is God. And if God is God,
Oh,
The
God
only
is
thing
God.
that's stopping you is you. Stop overthinking.
Mm.
Ain't nothing to do it but to get to it. You
Facts.
heard?
Thanks. There you go.
The truth is often polarizing. Let that, simmer.
okay, go ahead, paper.
Hulu.
You said,
Exclamation! Exclamation! Exclamation!
Listen, nothing is impossible, man. If you seen somebody do it, you could do it.
Facts.
Fuck all that other shit.
Facts.
If you saw somebody do it, there's a blueprint, and if you study it, you can do it and build on it and make it even better, man.
Facts.
So get the fuck to it. We in the fucking era of information and growth.
And not only
I've
that,
never seen so many pages on Instagram and Facebook where people are giving you the information, and it's free. So at this point,
nah, a lot of
it's
these
on
scammers
you,
is trying to sell it
nigga.
to you,
But
man.
not
Even
only
the
that-
scammers, they're giving you little
Hey.
pieces. It's up to you to do the research.
But not
Don't
only that-
follow these niggas.
You heard?
Take it, research, and make it your own.
but not only
But
that,
you can do it.
we're in
you
the
can do it.
easiest time to be a millionaire.
Facts. Flows.
Yeah, well, I was about to pack his statement, but okay. I'm a officer of the law, correctional officer. So I always tell inmates, you got to see past the tear. What the fuck did that mean, son? What the fuck you talking about, man? What I'm saying is, you gotta think outside the box. You gotta see life for what it is. You can't just be caught up in your immediate moment in what you in. You gotta think about the future. Think, project it. I project, motherfucker. I told to myself, I'm a projector. I see the future. I know where I'm at.
200 star
6 months. I know where I'm at in 18 months. So, you know what I mean? As my man Richard Pryor said,
Hold on, but what
Keep
did
a
that
little
mindset
sunshine.
take? What makes you so confident to know that that's gonna come into fruition?
because
Thinking that far ahead and it didn't happen yet.
Because the honest truth is, get the fuck out your own way.
That's a fact.
Facts.
You only holding yourself back, and nobody can stop you. Go figure that. In the world of racism, classism, sexism, nobody can stop you but you. Get the fuck out of here. Nobody's stopping me.
Right.
You know what I did to get here? You know what I'll do to keep this shit? Shoot at these actors like movie directors. Stop this shit. Pause it right there, nigga. And then right there. Shoot at you actors like movie directors. You hear me?
Yeah,
That's it.
great minds, man.